What's going on, guys? It is Michael, and here we are back in the gym with another workout. This is a back and biceps one that I took over the weekend with my friend Daniel. He was back in town, so it's always nice to see old training partners and old friends after a while. So we filmed a couple workouts, starting off with some sumo deadlifts, and I like sumos more than conventional because it's less stress on my lower back, and I still feel it in my back muscles the next day, and it's just easier to stay upright. But Daniel likes conventional, and this is like 425 pounds, and he was doing it for reps. So way more than I can do, but I'm not worried about what other people do, just myself. And he's like 6'5". I don't know if you can tell from the video, and he still keeps really good form. And then here, he wanted to try one of his 1-rep maxes, and he got it, but keep in mind on a 1-rep max, your form isn't gonna be perfect, but that was still pretty good form right there. And I think that was around 515 pounds, and he does a lot of powerlifting and a lot of 1-rep max training, and I think his 1-rep max is like 570 pounds. But then we moved over to the low row machine, and I talked about this in the last back workout I posted, but just pull through your elbows right here. And I like this wider grip because, as you guys can see at this angle, his elbows are outside of his body, and he can really pull all the way back and hit his lats. Next exercise is the Underhand Barbell Row, and this does put your bicep more at a risk of injury just because of the grip, but just don't lift with your ego and just do what you can do. Keep it under control, and you don't really need to load it up with a lot of weight. You'll still hit your lats really nicely. And here is just a little shot of the logbook that I use. Every single workout, I write it down. I'll throw a link to that in the description. And it's got plenty of room to write down everything from sets, reps, to how your workout went. And it's really important to log your progress just to make sure you're progressing. I talked about this in the video, why I like lifting weights, and that's the logbook that I use every single time. Anyway, the next exercise is the close grip lat pull down. Normally I will do the wider grip, but it's nice just to change an exercise up every so often. It's not like every week when I go into the gym I'm doing a different exercise or a whole different routine, but it's just nice to change it up and kind of hit your lats from a different angle. And then here, our biceps were already pretty worn out from all of the pulling, so we just did a couple sets of some dumbbell curls. And again, I'm not trying to swing the weight around and look cool with how much weight I can possibly do. I'm trying to keep the form pretty strict, pretty tight. And I went more in depth into this training principle in my bicep training tips video. I'll put a link on the screen if you're interested. But basically, it's not about how much weight you can put on the bar, it's about how much weight you can effectively apply to your bicep. It's all about putting the tension on the muscle that you want to hit. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make when they go to the gym. So like I said, if you're interested in that, there's a link on the screen right now. And here, he does a really good job at focusing on the negatives, and that's one thing that I noticed that I really wasn't doing, so I probably should work on that. And then at the end of the workout, he's like a bodybuilder that wants to compete, and he practices posing, and it's actually really, really hard to pose because you have to contract all of the muscles to make them pop out, and it really does wear you out. I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but it's not my thing. I'm not ever planning on competing. I just lift for fun because I really enjoy it. It's all about personal progression to me. But that's pretty much gonna be it. Look at those wings right there. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you're interested in some more videos, on the left I have why I like lifting weights, and on the right I have that bicep training tip video I talked about. You can click on either one of those because this one is over. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.